I'm Mike Sullivan, and I'm using a new app. It's called PerfectMotion right here on my phone. PerfectMotion will watch every swing you make and provide immediate feedback with a custom fix for any fault that you may have. Just click on the link below here and I will be your custom coach. My coach code is MSullivan, MSullivan, and I'll be able to see your maps and coach you on your way to a better golf game. I'm Mike Sullivan, and I'm here today to help you out with the flaw that you just were alerted to on your PerfectMotion app of a reverse pivot. Okay, so this is a big one, the reverse pivot. So here's what goes on. If I was going to say just throw a ball sidearm, right? It would look kind of like this. So notice as I'm throwing the ball, what's happening is, as I start my downswing, my lower body is moving towards the target, and my spine is kind of tilting this way a little bit. There's a little bit of this side bend, all right? And then what happens is my hips kind of go through, then my shoulders and my arm, and boom, off it goes. Well, that's really similar to the way we want to swing the golf club, all right? So what's happening in the reverse pivot is, the golfer, if you think of my spine here, right? The golfer, instead of maintaining this little tilt, this side bend we have, instead of maintaining that, what's happening is the golfer's back hip is sliding backwards. And as that hip slides backwards, we're not able to turn our shoulders. It leads to an out to in swing path, so it leads to pulls, it leads to slices, it leads to bad contact. The reverse pivot, if we fix this, things are really going to be good. So here's what I want you to do. First off, when you set up, and we're going to do this without swinging a club right now, just take your club, put it up against your shoulders. So when we set up, we need to have some of that side bend to start off with. We need some tilt to the spine. So in order to do that, I'm going to take my lead hip and I'm going to bump it towards the target a little bit. So you'll notice that made my head tilt back a little. Okay, I am taking care though to still feel like I've got about 55% of the weight still in my front foot. All right, from here, what we're going to do is turn our shoulders 90 degrees to our spine. So it's going to look kind of like this. And if I switch directions this way, kind of like that. So you can see I'm starting to turn my shoulders 90 degrees to my spine. I'm not just leveling them out like this. Okay, so as you start to do this though, what you're going to want to do when you start to try to get this move is, you're probably going to try to flatten your shoulders out and do it this way. And you'll notice when I flatten those shoulders out, my head moves way back. It's not exactly what we want, but it's better than doing this. Okay, so for now what I'd like to see you do is get yourself in front of a mirror, face on, okay, and take a look at your lead hip. So if you look behind my lead hip, there's something back there you can see, something to do with that blue building or something. Well, in my backswing, we want that hip, that lead hip, to be moving in any direction, even a little bit towards the target. Another thing you do is look at my back hip. Try to have space, more space behind that back hip. So you have my rear hip, my back hip's moving towards the target as well. So it's that sort of a move right there. All right, so get in front of a mirror again. Give yourself a little bit of spine tilt. Turn those shoulders this way. It's going to feel awkward at first. If you have to do it this way, for now, go ahead. But we're just trying to get out of that rear hip sliding back. Our weight transfer takes place as we press into the ground. Our body mass starts to move a little bit more over our backside, not from our hips, just sliding backwards. I hope that helps. We'll see you next time.